weighing in at 170 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Hillsboro, Illinois, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion of the world, Matt Hughes.
Some good news, Matt Hughes, his recovery from a June collision, nothing short of a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle.
We believed wholeheartedly that Matt would wake up, that he just needed time. He beat the odds and won the biggest fight of his life.
He's a fighter. You either are or you aren't, and Matt Hughes is. He dominated the weight class, he broke records, he beat the greatest fighters of his era.
Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm sorry for the long intro there, I just thought I'd show you a quick montage. But anyway, so, today is the This to That, the first ever one on Matt Hughes. And today we're going to be discussing the life of Matt Hughes. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Matthew Allen Hughes was born on the 13th of October 1973 from Hillsboro, Illinois, US. Matt Hughes is a wrestler and a two-time UFC welterweight champion with a record of 45 wins and only 9 losses. Matt Hughes has 2 siblings. He has a sister and a twin brother, Mark. During high school, he played football and wrestling. Hughes was a 2-time 145-pound IHSA at Illinois High School Class A state wrestling champion. He attended Hillsboro High School during his junior and senior year. He went undefeated and won back-to-back state championship. He had a record of 103 wins and only 2 losses. Hughes made his UFC debut on the 1st of January 1999 at Joe Goite's Jeet Kune Do Challenge. He slammed his opponent to the ground in his first fight in 15 seconds. While doing so, his opponent hit his head on the canvas, losing consciousness, and Matt Hughes winning via TKO. Hughes won his next fight by submission. In his third fight on October 17th, 1998, he defeated Victor Hunsaker via TKO. He defeated future middleweight champion Dave Meney via unanimous decision. Then, undefeated Dennis Hallman handed Hughes his first defeat via guillotine in 17 seconds. Matt Hughes made his pro UFC debut at UFC 22 on September 24th, 1999. Hughes defeated Bulgarian Valar Ingatun via unanimous decision after 3 rounds. Hughes' second appearance in the UFC was at UFC 26, where he defeated Marcelo Aguirre via TKO due to elbows, which forced doctor stoppage at 4 minutes and 34 seconds of round 1. Hughes faced Dennis Hallman in his next bout for a rematch. At this point, he was the only person to defeat Matt. Unfortunately, Hughes lost via armbar in 22 seconds. When the bout started, Hughes picked Dennis up and slammed him to the mat. While doing so, he got caught in side control and he was forced to submit. On the 2nd of November 2001, Matt Hughes won his first ever UFC welterweight title against Carlos Newton. Matt won via slam at 1 minute 27 seconds of round 2. The slam was considered to be one of the best slams in UFC history. He managed to defend his belt 7 times. His first title defence was against Hayate Sakurira, a former Shooto middleweight champion. At UFC 36, Hughes won the fight via TKO 2 strikes at 3 minutes and 1 second of round 4. In the first round, Hughes spent all the time either clinching Sakura against the fence or ripping his feet out from under him. In round 2, Sakura landed a clean right hand on Hughes, sending him to the mat. Despite that, he won the fight by spending 3 minutes hitting Sakura with elbows from top mount. His next title defence was against Carlos Newton in their subquested rematch at the main event of UFC 38. He won the fight by submission when he successfully trapped Newton in a crucifix position, which allowed Matt to reign undisputed. And he also flung terrible blows at Newton's face until the referee stopped the contest at 3 minutes 27 seconds of round 4, declaring Matt Hughes the winner via TKO. Hughes then successfully defended his belt another 3 times and beaten Frank Trigg via standing rear naked choke. Hughes kept the belt till UFC 46, where he was unfortunately submitted by Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist BG Penn due to a rear naked choke in round 1. Matt Hughes' next appearance in the UFC was at UFC 48, where he faced Penn's training partner. Hughes won the fight by unanimous decision in a 3-round fight. Matt regained the vacated title at UFC 50 against GSP, where Matt won the fight due to armbar in the final second of round 1. The fight was very competitive. Hughes took John St. Pierre down twice and landed a slam, but Hughes was in trouble at the beginning of the bout, but still reigned supreme. Matt's next fight was against Trigg at UFC 52 in their historic rematch, and once again Hughes was successful in victory. He then defeated Joe Riggs to retain his title at UFC 56. Hughes' next appearance wasn't until UFC 60, where he faced Royce Gracie on May 27, 2006 in a non-title bout. Hughes defeated the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist and Hall of Famer, and he won by TKO in round 1. Before stoppage, he caught Gracie in a side mount with an armbar. Although Hughes appeared to have the submission locked and Gracie would not tap. And then Hughes stated after the bout he felt his arm pop out and therefore wouldn't tap. So instead of breaking his arm, he opted to seek a different position. What a nice guy Hughes really is. The event drew 6,220 620,00 buys. I'm not good at maths. Then becoming the best-selling pay-per-view in UFC history. Matt's next fight was scheduled to be against George St. Pierre at UFC 63, but sadly GSP suffered a severe groin injury. Therefore, BJ Penn would replace him. It was a hype build-up, but once again Hughes came out on top by winning at 3 minutes and 53 seconds of round 3, therefore being the first person to stop Penn at this time. Hughes' next fight was the long-awaited rematch fight against GSP on Saturday the 18th November 2006 at UFC 65. The build-up was made to become the best fight. The build-up was hyped. At 1 minute 25 seconds of round 2, GSP TKO'd Matt Hughes, ending his win streak. Hughes made his return after the GSP loss on March 3rd, 2007 at UFC 68 and defeated Chris Light by unanimous decision. Also in 2005, Matt participated as a coach on The Ultimate Fighter. Hughes' next fight was the trilogy against GSP at UFC 79, where he got defeated via armbar with 6 seconds to go in round 2. Hughes' next bout was against the Thiago Alvarez, where he sadly lost due to TKO in 1 minute and 2 seconds of round 2, after receiving a powerful flying knee and follow-up strikes. Immediately after the Alvarez loss, Hughes stated he had one more fight left in him, and he wanted to fight Matt Serra. This fight happened at UFC 98, where Matt Hughes was looking to snap off a 2-fight losing streak. In round 1, both the fighters collided heads, Hughes getting the worst of it. He recovered rapidly and went on to win the fight by unanimous decision. After the fight, Hughes said, and I quote, "I think I have one more fight left in me. No, I think I have a few more fights left in me." He then went on to defeat Renzo Gracie at UFC 112. He knocked Gracie down numerous times in the final round before Hudson stopped the contest. On May 28, 2010, Hughes was dedicated into the UFC Hall of Fame. Also in 2010, Hughes had his second daughter. Matt's next fight was the trilogy against BG Penn at UFC 123, where he sadly got KO'd with 21 seconds left of round 1. Matt Hughes' last appearance before retiring was on the 24th of September 2011 at UFC 135 against Josh Koscheck, where he sadly got beat via KO with 1 second left in round 1. That would be so annoying. Imagine getting beat 1 second left in the round. How annoying would that be? On January 24th, 2013, Matt Hughes officially retired, calling a stop to his legendary career. On June 10th, 2007, Hughes was hospitalised with a serious head injury because a train struck the passenger side of his truck at a rail crossing near his home. Then, on June 18th, Hughes' family released a statement that he had no broken bones or internal injuries, but he was unconscious and unresponsive. They were working with a foundation to determine next steps for care. On October 4th, 2017, Hughes returned to hospital to honour the staff who took care of him. What a lovely man Matt Hughes really is. He's now on the road to recovery, and he can walk and talk. We're so grateful for that. On January 14th, 2018, Hughes returned to ringside as a guest of honour during the UFC Fight Night. So guys, sadly that is it for the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and comment down below anything I missed, or who would you like me to see do a this to that on next. So please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I change shapes just to hide in this place.